Rank 1, the sleeper. It is 1:23 a.m. You are a resident of Pripyat, a young nuclear city built for the future. Engineers, teachers, workers, families. You sleep with your window open because the spring air is warm tonight. The city is quiet, too quiet. Then suddenly, a flash, a deep, distant thud. Not loud enough to sound like an explosion, but strong enough to wake you up. You sit up in bed. Your wife asks what that was. You walk onto the balcony, and there it is, in the distance, the silhouette of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Above reactor 4, a strange beam of light climbs into the sky. Blue, violet, almost beautiful. Neighbors step out onto their balconies. Some people point. Others just stare. Someone laughs and says it's probably a transformer fire. You take a deep breath. The air tastes strange, metallic, like sucking on a penny. You shrug, watch the glowing sky, and go back inside. You have no idea the worst nuclear disaster in history has just begun. Rank 2, the firefighter. The alarm rings. You are a firefighter in Pripyat. Dispatch says there is a fire at the power plant. Just a roof fire, nothing unusual. You grab your helmet, jump into the truck. Nobody gives you a radiation suit. Nobody even mentions radiation. When you arrive, the scene makes no sense. The reactor building is torn open. Flames shoot into the sky. Burning debris is scattered across the ground. You climb onto the roof with a hose. The heat is unbearable. The asphalt beneath your boots begins to soften. It sticks like melted tar. Around you lie strange black rocks. You kick one aside without thinking. It is a piece of the reactor core. 10 minutes later, you feel dizzy. A firefighter nearby suddenly vomits. Another collapses. Your skin begins to burn, not like fire, something deeper. The metallic taste in your mouth becomes blood, but you keep fighting the flames, because nobody told you. The fire is not the real danger. Rank 3, the plant worker. Hours earlier, you were inside the control room. A routine safety test was being performed on reactor 4. Everything should have been simple, but the reactor became unstable. Power dropped too low. Then suddenly, it surged. Higher, higher. Alarms began screaming. Control panels flashed red. Operators shouted over each other. Someone ordered an emergency shutdown. You pressed the button. For a moment, everything went quiet. Then the explosion came. Now the control room is chaos. Steam fills the air. Broken pipes flood the floor. Some engineers insist the reactor is still intact. They say a nuclear reactor cannot explode. You walk to the window, look outside, and see the truth. The reactor is gone. Rank 4, the hospital nurse ambulances begin arriving before sunrise. You work at the hospital in Pripyat. At first it seems like normal emergency cases. Burns, smoke inhalation. But something feels wrong. The firefighters look pale. Their skin is bright red. Some cannot stop shaking. You help remove their uniforms. Someone tells you to throw the contaminated clothes into a pile in the basement. You touch a patient's arm to check his pulse. Your hand begins to burn. Not from heat, from radiation. You wash your hands again and again, but the burning does not stop. You do not know it yet. The men lying in front of you are radioactive, and now, so are you. Rank 5, the evacuee. 36 hours later, the buses arrive. Soldiers walk through the streets of Pripyat with loudspeakers. Temporary evacuation. 3 days. Bring documents. Everyone believes them. You pack a small bag. Clothes, papers, maybe a photograph. Outside, hundreds of buses wait in long lines. Your dog follows you to the door, tail wagging, but pets are not allowed. You kneel down, pat his head. Stay here. I'll be back soon. You step onto the bus. As it begins to move, you look through the window. Your dog runs after it, barking, chasing the bus down the road. You keep watching until the city disappears behind the trees. You will never see your home again. Rank 6, the liquidator. Months later, you arrive as part of the cleanup crews. They call you a liquidator. Your mission is simple. Contain the disaster. Radiation is everywhere, in the dust, the soil, the trees. You wear protective gear, but everyone knows it's not enough. Some teams bury contaminated earth. Others wash buildings with chemicals. The worst job is the roof. Pieces of the reactor core are scattered there. Machines cannot survive the radiation, so humans must do it. You are given a shovel and 90 seconds. You run onto the roof, grab a glowing fragment, throw it over the edge, then run back, your heart pounding, your dosimeter screaming. Each trip costs years of your life. Rank 7, the helicopter pilot. You fly directly above the destroyed reactor. Below you, a burning crater. Your mission is to drop sand and lead into the core, to smother the fire. Radiation floods the cockpit. Instruments begin malfunctioning. Warning lights blink across the dashboard. You open the side door. Heat rushes inside. You release the load. The sand disappears into the glowing hole below. Then you turn around and do it again. Each flight exposes you to deadly radiation. But someone has to do it. Rank 8, the government official. It is early morning in Moscow. Phones are already ringing. You sit inside a government office far away from the reactor. But the disaster has reached you anyway. Reports arrive every few minutes. Confusing numbers. Radiation levels that make no sense. Some say the reactor is intact. Others say the core is gone. No one wants to say the truth out loud. The room is full of officials, military commanders, party leaders, scientists speaking in careful, quiet voices. Maps are spread across the table. Pripyat, the reactor, entire regions slowly being marked with red circles. Someone asks the question everyone fears. How bad is it? The scientists hesitate, because the answer is terrifying. If the information spreads too quickly, panic will follow. If you say nothing, people will keep breathing poisoned air. You watch the debate unfold. Delay the evacuation. Control the message. Avoid panic at all costs. Your pen rests above the paper. One signature could move thousands of people, or leave them where they are. Rank 9, the scientist. Decades later, scientists still study the zone. You walk through forests that were once evacuated. Wildlife thrives here now. Wolves, deer, wild horses. Nature adapted, but radiation still hides in the soil. You collect samples, measure contamination, study how life survives in one of the most radioactive places on Earth. Chernobyl has become a living laboratory, a place where the past never truly ended. Rank 10, the witness. Nearly 40 years have passed. The destroyed reactor now sits beneath a massive steel structure, the new safe confinement. From the outside, it looks quiet, peaceful. But inside the ruins, radioactive fuel still exists. The disaster is not gone. It is only contained. Millions went to sleep on April the 26th, 1986, thinking they lived in a normal city. By morning, their world was gone, and the silent streets of Pripyat remain as a reminder. Some disasters end. Others wait quietly beneath steel and concrete.